Sealback's Private Reserve, the Beekeeper, honey finished bourbon, batch two. This is straight bourbon whiskey finished in honey barrels, and this is 111.5 proof. I never had batch one. I heard about it. I heard it was really good. I know Breaking Bourbon rated it an incredible 4.5 out of 5 barrels, which is something that you just don't see that often. And I also know that about 700 people were on a wait list and could not get it, I guess because they waited too long for the first batch. So I knew nothing about it. But when I heard that there was a batch two coming out, and I got that text from Sealback because I'm on their text, I ordered this really fast, and this bottle came really fast, and here we are. So I haven't had a ton of. I've ordered stuff from Sealbacks before, but I don't believe I've actually purchased any bottle from with the label Sealback. So they are an independent bottler. And the details with this is it's aged 5 years. It is distilled in Indiana, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, so it's sourced. It is finished and bottled at a distillery in Jacksonville, Florida. And apparently Sealback sources their own wildflower honey from Georgia. The mash bill's typical source mash bill, 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. And the way this works is so I guess it's aged 5 years, and then it is finished for at least 8 months, if not more, in wild honey infused barrels. And the barrels consist of three types. The finishing barrels are a blend of X 20-year light whiskey, X 16-year bourbons, and then X 72-month X bourbon barrels. I think these are stave barrels or some sort of that. There's a combination of three of them. Sounds rather complex. So when I just reviewed like the Green River, it's a lot simpler. They have a 4-year-old bourbon. I think they literally put honey into the barrel, and that's how that works. That was the honey actually put in the barrel. I believe this is a little bit more complex in terms of the use of honey barrels and older barrels. So it's a little bit more of a complex. It's also a little bit of a higher proof at 111.5. We'll probably do a comparison. I would be shocked if this doesn't come out on the winning side, but right now it's focused on this. This thing is really hyped up, especially based on batch one. Let's see how batch two is. Here we go. Just a quick look at the front of the bottle and a quick look at the back if you want to pause to read. Okay, before we even pop this cork, there was a gold wax around this, but there was no tab to pull. You actually have to use a knife and cut it. Never seen that before. Let's go for the cork pop. Very nice. Okay, so we got this poured up. First thing I noticed when I was pouring this, very viscous, thick, almost like you're pouring honey out of a bottle. So let's give it a nose. I am getting some of that honey on the nose. It's not, not much ethanol at all. It's 111.5 proof, but very nice on the nose. Not too overpowering. All right, I'm excited. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. This is good. This is good. Another one of these where it's honey, but it's not overly sweet. Very nice mixture where the honey interplays with the bourbon, but it doesn't overpower it, meaning you're not tasting just honey, you're not tasting bourbon, you're getting both. But you clearly know that this is a bourbon rather than just overpowering with the sweet honey. It's not that at all. So you get that bourbon, and then you get in the honey with that. But there are some bottles when I open, I'm like, oh, this is going to be too sweet, or it has the potential to be. I don't think this is. This is very good. This is very, very good. Now, it's funny because I had just had the new bottle, the Green River honey, which is, basically at least half the price of this. And I like that too. It's just two different types of bottles. But I'm going to definitely get more into this. Myself, first blush, I think this is really good. I'd like to be curious from other people who have had batch one, how they think this compares to that, because I've heard, amazing things. What I will say straight out, it's my first blush at this, and I always say the truth. If people who have had, this compared to the batch one say this is on the same level, me myself, if batch one was like this, I think this is really good, but I don't think it's a 4.5 out of 5 barrels. So I'm not sure how this compares to the previous one. I'd be curious, but this is really good. No disappointment at all. I'm going to get more into this. This is absolutely delicious. Let's have one more. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, Sealbach's Private Reserve, the Beekeeper Batch 2. Definitely worth getting into, but I would be curious in the comments if anyone has had Batch 1, how they feel this compares to that. Cheers. Quick footnote to this video. After I finished the review, I took a couple of more sips, and I did notice a little bit more of the complexity, specifically the influence of the oak, because you do have finishing that takes place in some older barrels, specifically the 20 year, etc. So there is going to be some oak influence. So the key takeaway here is that this is a little bit more of a complex bourbon, and it is a bourbon first with the honey in the background. By no means is this too sweet. It's not overpowered by the honey, but it is, as I get more into it, I notice it's a little bit more complex and more of a serious type of a pour. Green River honey is a little bit lighter. Not that they deserve to be in the same conversation, but we will be talking about them because it's two different types of bottles for two different types of flavor profiles and situations. So Sealbach's, this one is really good. It definitely is a little bit more complex as you get into it, and I'm sure that as this opens up, I'll probably have more comments, but I would again be curious to see what you think, how this compares to batch one. Even with that, 4.5 out of 5 barrels to me is a very high rating. I'd be curious what you think about batch 2 as compares to batch 1. Let me know in the comments, but Sealbach's is once again putting out good stuff. Cheers.